Welcome to these lessons about policy gradient and actor critique methods. In this first video, I will just introduce the general topic and say what I will cover. So let's start with a kind of big picture of reinforcement learning to explain what I will cover. What this picture shows is that there are two starting points to reach deep reinforcement learning algorithms such as soft actor critique. The first starting point is sequential decision making, and the second starting point is policy search. Now I will show you that several possible routes can be used to get to explaining soft actor critique. There will be the approximate dynamic programming route, the tabular reinforcement learning route, the policy search route, and the evolutionary route. The easiest one is certainly the tabular reinforcement learning route. So here you start from sequential decision making, then you introduce dynamic programming. You show that with incremental estimation you move from dynamic programming to temporal differences or temporal difference methods. Okay, and dynamic programming can be specialized into value iteration and policy iteration, which correspond from one side to Q-learning and SARSA, and from the other side to actor critique. And then by adding function approximation instead of tabular methods, you can move to neural network models and algorithms such as deep Q network and deep deterministic policy gradient. Okay, that's a way to reach those algorithms, but you have to be aware that at a moment to explain DDPG, you need to explain the deterministic policy gradient, and it's not so easy to put this along that route. Okay. That's the favorite route of beginners because that's probably the easiest, and a different way to describe it is to say that this is the route that you find in Sutton and Bartow's book, where you first present Q-learning, SARSA, and actor critique, and then you add function approximation with neural networks to reach deep Q network and DDPG. Another route is the approximate dynamic programming route. So it's quite similar to the other one, but you start from sequential decision making, then you insist on dynamic programming, and you add linear approximations to move towards algorithms such as fitted value iteration and least square policy iteration. And then by moving towards nonlinear approximation, you will reach those same algorithms. I must say that I never traveled this route, so what I may say here might be even a little inaccurate, and that's the favorite route of mathematicians who prefer this route because from here to here you can study a lot of things and prove many things mathematically. A third route is the evolutionary route. So there you start from policy search, and in the policy search methods you choose the direct policy search methods such as evolution strategies or genetic algorithms. And among those algorithms, a few allow you to switch to deep neuroevolution techniques where you use large neural networks. Those techniques are the cross-entropy method or the CMA-ES algorithms, for instance. The difficulty with this route is that if you want to reach deep reinforcement learning, here the explanation on how to move from there to here is not so easy, and this is research that is studied in different groups such as ours. I want to stress that this is the favorite route of black box optimization people, and I also want to stress that this route is much more efficient than IRL people tend to think, as shown for instance in this paper where they show that evolution strategies are a scalable alternative to deep reinforcement learning. And finally there is the route that we will follow today, where we start from policy search and then we introduce the policy gradient. And we will show that there are different kinds of policy gradient methods: stochastic policy gradient, deterministic policy gradient, and among these methods there are actor critique methods. And then from these policy gradient techniques you can derive algorithms like DDPG, TRPO, PPO, actor, and then show that SAC is some compromise between two families. One of the families is the off-policy family, the other one is the on-policy family. And we will also see that there is a question of bias variance compromise when you are studying those families. That's the favorite route of roboticists because the policy search problem is easy to explain in the context of robotics, and that's the one I will travel in these lessons. Particularly, the central question that I will study in these lessons is the following. In policy gradient with baseline methods, you have an actor and the baseline can be a critique, so it is not always completely clear what is the difference between these methods and actor critique methods, and that's exactly what I will focus on so as to organize these lectures. So the outline will be the following. First, I will present the policy search problem from a robotics example. Then I will spend 3 small lessons to the policy gradient derivation. Then the key part will consist in explaining what's the difference between policy gradient with baseline and actor critic methods. And after that, I will study other properties of those policy gradient techniques, which are related to the bias variance trade-off and to the distinction between on-policy and off-policy. Once I will have presented all these notions, I will be ready to start presenting state-of-the-art algorithms like TRPO and actor, then PPO, then DDPG and TD3, then SAC. Maybe I will also cover reward-weighted regression to show that this is very similar to a policy gradient technique. And finally, I will give a small presentation of a wrap-up. So if you have any question, don't hesitate to ask immediately.